Alright, students, in this video I'm going to review how to find the difference of squares and polynomials. So difference of squares follows the formula a squared minus b squared equals a minus b and a plus b. So what this means is that if you have a polynomial that looks like this, you could ask yourself if this is the difference of squares. Difference meaning there has to be a minus sign right here in the middle. And these first and second term have to be squares, meaning the answers to two things multiplying times itself. So for example, a squared comes from a times a. So you can write it as a. And then the 4 comes from 2 times 2. So we could write it as 2 and 2. And according to the formula, a is there, and then the number 2 is there, and then 1 has a minus and 1 has a plus. And the reason this works is because if you were to multiply the factors, so if you were given the factors and you multiply those with each other, you will have a times a, which is a squared, a times 2, which is 2a, negative 2 times a, which is negative 2a, and negative 2 times 2, which is negative 4. Then you notice that the like terms will be canceling each other because you have a positive 2 minus 2, which ends up with 0. So your answer results in a squared minus 4. So this is called a difference of squares. You have no middle term, only a first term and last term, and these are squares. And it's a minus. So if you understand that, you can apply that shortcut to any time you have a difference of squares. So a couple of examples that we did in class were n squared minus 64. And we talked about how n is the answer to multiplying n times n. And if you look at 64, 64 is the answer of multiplying 8 times 8. So because that works, and this is a minus, you do have a plus and a minus in the middle, and then those are the factors for that polynomial. These are the two binomials you multiply to get that as an answer. Let's try another one. 81 minus x squared. So it looks different than the other examples, but if we follow the pattern, we will say that this follows 9 times 9, 81, and then x times x, x squared. That minus in the middle confirms that this is the difference of squares, so you will have a plus and a minus. And then again, these will be the factors that you multiply to get that as an answer. There will be times that you will have a binomial that looks like this, and you're tempted to say that this difference of squares will work. K times k, 5 times 5, and a plus and a minus. However, this is not going to work because when you multiply using the FOIL method, you do get k squared, and you do get a positive 5k and a negative 5k. But when you multiply negative 5 times positive 5, that will give you negative 25. So when you combine like terms and it cancels, your answer is actually with a negative 25, not a positive 25. And that's the reason why it only works on difference of squares. This has a plus sign, so this is not going to work with difference of squares. This will be considered a prime polynomial, where it cannot be factored. Let's try another one. So let's try 25x squared minus 49. So on this one, you notice it's a minus, so that's difference. And then you notice that 5 times 5 is 25, but you have 25x squared, so now you need 5x and 5x. On this one, you have 49, so 7 times 7 is 49. And then again, because of the difference of squares, you will have that plus and minus. So this results in being the factors for that difference of squares. I hope this video helps you.